Hello, welcome back to the Imagawa clan walkthrough part 3. Yeah, so I'm sorry guys, this episode is probably going to be a little bit boring, because last episode I tried to take a Hojo castle and I only just failed. There you go, that's where I was just leaving there. I quite literally have carried on from the last place I was. And yeah, I couldn't quite do it. It was a big castle, to be fair, and I've only just started playing. So this episode I am gonna do the boring things of basically increasing the population and of my current fortresses and castles, and increase, you know, the crop yield and the gold income. So it's going to be a little bit boring. I'm going to try to zoom through it as fast as possible, and hopefully I should do just enough. There's a lot of people being eliminated here. Yeah, so basically that's what I'm going to do, improve infrastructure of my current fortresses and castles, and I hopefully by the end of the episode I'll have done enough to invade an enemy fortress or castle, but it won't be the Hojo. I won't attempt to attack them again for a while because they're quite strong, so I'm going to do a smaller clan that's nearby. So I'm going to carry on that alliance, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I just taken. I've got to repair it. Let's do that.
What would you like?
Yeah, unfortunately, obviously, because this is quite early on,
Thank you very much.
I've got to zoom through the months, because obviously I haven't got that much money to spend, so zooming through the months will help. Yeah, Sallyport, yeah, okay. It's because a lot of my fortresses, I have not done anything to them. As you would have seen in the first two parts, pretty much took them as they were and tried to invade a couple of places, which I've done successfully. I always, if I get a new fortress or castle, I always make the adjustment of giving them turrets. Turrets basically means your fortress is a lot more defendable against an invading army. Say if you had an enemy unit of 5,000 men, and you only had 4,500, you could still beat them if they were attacking your fortress and you had turrets, because obviously they take damage from the turrets. There, just a bit earlier, you saw me doing some improvements of. There's a lot of action going on over there. Wow. I guess the action will probably slow down a little bit once some of the smaller clans have been eliminated. But it does mean, like, when two big clans fight it out, there's a lot of troops to. A lot of men fighting it out, and you can have rather than these small little battles I've had so far, you can have like I can't remember what it's called, but it's just basically a massive battle, and it's a decisive battle. So if whoever loses, their men will drop at all their fortresses and castles, so you can it makes invading them a lot easier. That's if you win, of course. Yeah, a while back you did see me improving roads. Roads help commerce and merchants and things like that. So it basically tends to increase your population. So enclosure, yeah, annex basically improves the size of your population, so that's always a good one if it's available to build, of course. And I haven't even got a turret or a Bailey on this. Yeah, so I really do need to improve these ones before I start thinking about invading other clans, because obviously I was a little bit concerned about the fact that doing this kind of thing is a little bit boring. So obviously spent the first 2 episodes and I kind of went and attacked a little bit quickly. The first time I played this, I spent a lot of, years probably, in-game obviously, improved my fortresses and castles that I already had before I went out and started invading other people's territory. But obviously you can't leave it too long either, because obviously smaller clans will be absorbed into other clans, and if you leave it too late, most of your opponents could be massive. They could have a lot of fortresses and basically finish you off.
What would you like?
Which is the kind of irritating thing about strategy games, because it can take so long to play, and obviously if you screw up you might not realise it until like 20 hours in, and then by that time it's not much you can do, and you might have to start all over again. And I probably can't do anything right now. I've got no money left really. Oh, I can build a commons though. So there you go, a lot of the Hojo are fighting at the moment. Like I said, the Hojo was a huge problem for me on my first playthrough, which I'm still currently playing, but obviously not on camera. This one's going to be purely on camera, and the other one was kind of like a test run to see whether I could actually play it very well. And now I've finally got to grips with it. I'm doing more Let's Plays. And my other playthrough, I still haven't conquered all of Japan yet, but it takes a long time. And unfortunately, I do have loads of other games to play, so I am a bit on the slow side when it comes to playing a long game like this all the way to the end. Yeah, it looks like my clan is in a kind of like a bad position, as in lay of the land. The more mountainous and hills you have in an area, the kind of like the worse the roads are. And unfortunately, mine's in a really rocky, mountainous area. So the mountain trails or roads, you can only upgrade them to level 3, whereas roads on the plains you can upgrade to level 5. So on that front, I have to kind of fairly quickly kind of bridge out onto the plains as much as possible, because I'm all along the coastline at the moment, and that's one of the reasons why I want to head through the Hojo castle there, which last episode I failed to take. And once I've built up enough resources and taken over a couple more fortresses, I will try to tackle again, because they don't seem as strong this time. And no, I'm not going to lie with you. That's the clan I aim to attack by this end of this episode. They're a small clan, hence why they're trying to make an alliance with us. We're close to each other, but unfortunately I'm going to have to take him out, because he only has 2 fortresses or 2 castles, and that would make for an easy target for me, at least. Which is kind of unfortunate. I kind of prefer to ally with him and then try to take on a bigger opponent. But unfortunately, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and he is the smaller dog.
What would you like? Thank you very much.
What should I go for here? Yeah, these are basically upgrades for each of your kind of sections in your fortresses and castles, or the area around it, like the commoners live and stuff. And they can obviously give you different upgrades. Some will give you more crops, some will give you more money, and various other things. It's always quite prudent to stock up as many supplies as you can. The more supplies you have, the more units you can send out to attack other castles or fortresses, or defend, of course. As long as your army is in one of your or is standing in the same areas one as your castles or fortresses, their supplies won't go down, because they have 120-day supplies. So you can't send out a force from one of your fortresses and then send it halfway across Japan if you do not hold some castles or fortresses along the way, because they will run out of resources, supplies, and start dying. So you do have to try to stock up on some your supplies, which is one of the mistakes I did initially on my first playthrough. I started running out of supplies really quickly, and then also because I wasn't using them, because I wasn't invading countries, I was selling it all off to get extra cash, and then when other clans started to invade me, I couldn't head out and attack them before they hit my fortresses, because I sold off all my grain and
thank you very much.
I had no supplies for my troops, which was a stupid idea, but you live and learn. Yeah, so that's what so that's basically what that does, is let your troops come out even if you're surrounded, which is always helpful, else you would be pretty much screwed. Poor little clan all on its own there, surrounded by big, massive clans of multiple fortresses and castles. You do really feel quite sorry for these clans that only have one fortress or one castle. They're going to get their asses handed to them eventually.
Let's get going. Your orders. Here's last month's balance. Reporting in.
Right. I keep checking to see if any of my basically marriage. If you one of your retainers is not happy with you, basically, I think I've already mentioned this, but if they're blue, they're trustworthy, they're loyal to you. If they're orange, they're a little bit unhappy, and if they're red, they're just about to leave. Basically, you can stop this by giving them treasures, which cost a lot of money, or you can marry one of your daughters or one of the other retainers' daughters to him, and it'll make him happy. I think I did that on the first episode, I think, of this playthrough, where I kind of accidentally married a 3-year-old girl to a 20-year-old man, but I'm sure she's happy. I'm sure she's fine. He's happy, at least. It's just the way of the world, you know. So taking that land back. Oh, we've got a cutscene here. The Kubukaya clan of the Sanyu region. The clan has yeah, you can read yourself. I don't think I should read it all out to you. Basic source subtitles. I guess it's not exactly the biggest game in the world to have them dub it over in English, which is fair enough. Here I am playing a real-time strategy game about conquering Japan, and my girlfriend is playing a Japanese music rhythm action game called Love Live, which is all about the cutesy characters and things. And here I am trying to be a samurai warlord trying to take over Japan. Couldn't have different tastes if you tried. Understood. The possession of a powerful navy and gaining control has held great meaning for the Mori clan. Did it now. Wow. These episodes always turn into longer than I was expecting them to be. Every time I go to make one, I go, well, I'm not going to make it more than 25 minutes, and it always ends up being like over half an hour. This is the type of game that you could go sorry about that. You did go, I'll spend 10 minutes playing. I mean, it's all kind of like done into months, so you could quite literally just play it for like 10 minutes and then leave it. But I always get quite addicted and spending like an hour or so playing it. And my girlfriend just got a nun, apparently. Is it a nun? It's a nun. So there you go. She's playing a music rhythm action game with a nun in it. Only in anime could you get, in Japanese games or anime, can you get such a thing like that happening. Right, Bailey, I haven't done a Bailey. Fair enough. Just talking to my girlfriend about her idolising one of her cards.
The nun, that's what she
No, the nun, that's what she looks like, idolised, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Not sure a nun would normally go... Is she wearing a bikini? That's a really short skirt for a nun. She's pretty hot though. Right, anyway, back to the this serious game. This clan at the bottom here, the screen there, is the clan I'm using in my other playthrough. Oh, I thought it was coming from me then. It does actually warn you which when an enemy clan is targeted, one of your fortresses or castles, which is very helpful because obviously once you get a massive territory going, by the time, if it didn't tell you, you'd probably lose a lot of fortresses and castles by just not noticing that they were attacking it. I've got a bit of cash to play with, I suppose. See, I never know whether I should do that. It kind of seems like I might be downgrading my upgrades, if you see what I mean. But I'm sure it's not how it works. So yeah, improving these. I'm improving these roads because just up from these roads is where I want to invade in a minute, so my troops can get in faster. At least that's how I think it works. The red flower symbol on the left hand side of the screen, that is the Oda clan. So in the not so distant future, the main character of the character that's the game's named after, Oda Nobunaga, that's where his clan is. So it could be quite prudent to attack it and finish the Oda clan off now before he is risen to power, but I probably won't bother.
We march.
I'll try to ally an alliance with him maybe later. So here we go. The Hojo clan sent their troops out because they're protecting their territory. So don't worry, they're not invading. But here we go. So many clans about. But I'm going to send them there. Obviously, sending out your troops from all your castles to attack one place, it's probably best to make sure that they stay together and not just all target the same place as soon as they come out of their castle or fortresses, because obviously some will be closer than others, so you don't really want one unit going in getting their asses handed to them and before the reinforcements can get there. Right, and obviously paying off the small tribes here. If you're fighting in that kind of area, they'll come to support you if you have enough influence on them. Sorry about that. I've got a bit of a cough going on. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna go for their. I know they tried to get an alliance with me, but they are the closest clan to me and the weakest one. And if I want to expand my territory, I'm gonna have to go for these guys, so that basically I don't get enemy clans. If I try to take a big clan as castle or fortresses, they might retaliate and I might not be able to stop them. So I've done quite a bit this episode, even though it may not seem like it. I've improved my castles and fortresses quite a bit. and hopefully I'm going to take a enemy fortress or castle. And I've just realised that I've used up most of my resources. I've only got 138 provisions left. I think that's 62. I'm going to have to send some of these guys back. There. There you go. Got some more resources back. And I send him back. Oh, hello. he's just sending me, asking me if he would like to align again, just as I'm about to invade him. Sorry, mate, but it's game over for you. Well, hopefully. Now that I've had to send most of my forces back home because I didn't have enough resources to send them out. I've only got 500 troops defending that fortress, so hopefully they won't send out anybody else. And I've got my local tribe helping me as well. Awesome. Alright, some combat.
Advance.
Right, we'll let these guys come out first. So they have 600 troops and I have 2,600. That should be plenty. They do have turrets, but I have definitely got quite the advantage here. Right, let's just get going.
Understood. Let's go.
So yeah, I told you that the turrets do quite a bit of damage, so it's very useful to have them. See, if I was the ones defending, I would just give the enemy a run round and make them go, make the turrets do all the work.
Follow my lead. We withdraw.
Victory. Right, I'll take this, and I'll probably finish the episode there once I've taken it. Let's just hope. Oh, hello, cutscene. Maybe not. Right. Okay. Praised as a secret rule of Satsuma. Wise and virtuous. They are worthless if you do not incorporate them into your actions. Indeed. No matter whether you live in an ornate mansion or straw hut, a person's virtue is determined by what is in their heart. I see. Can we rely on such fleeting thing as tomorrow? Today is when your studies must be done. I agree completely. Do you really understand what I'm saying? I can't tell with such half-hearted responses. Sorry, I'm a man of few words, no kidding. You vile creature. It's quite cute though. For farts, that's quite cute. Sorry, my girlfriend is farting in the background. She doesn't hold anything back. It's a shame it didn't get picked up by the microphone, because And then I could play. I could actually edit it and loop it, and then just have that as like one of my episodes, vlog episodes. That would be hilarious. I've got to try to do that sometime. Each poem starts with a different character. Jishin size poems. Right, okay. That's interesting. Fashionist Satsumo's Gojin